live stream. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to talk about. I'm seeing everywhere now that the Joe Rogan and Donald Trump interview is being suppressed on YouTube. It's up to 34 million views in just a couple days. It's never hit the trending page, which all of us know it should, but of course it won't. And you can't find it on YouTube unless you use the proper keywords. Just typing in, let's see, the one that I saw people were putting in that worked was Trump Rogan. But even then, people were just getting results that were a whole bunch of pundits talking about the interview, but not the interview itself. So it's actually a lot of people are having to go to the Joe Rogan Experience channel and find the video that way. So it's not showing up in suggested videos. YouTube is just generally shadow banning the Joe Rogan and Trump podcast. So that is very interesting. On the other hand, it's heavily promoting the Kamala Harris interview on Club Shay Shay, which was, Shannon Sharp lobbing a bunch of softballs at Kamala Harris and her feebly attempting to make a swing at them. I watched about 12 minutes of it and I wanted to pull my hair out. And yeah, I like Shannon Sharp as a sports commentator. I respect him a lot for what he accomplished in the NFL. But I just, that interview was terrible. What were you thinking, Shannon? Ferris King, good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon for me. It's wild that they do this, and I don't know if I would call it blatant election interference, but it kind of seems like that's what it is. This is kind of along the same vein as Facebook during the last interview or last election cycle, suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story, calling it Russian disinformation, all of that sort of thing, when they knew full well that it was real. This is, in my opinion, very untoward by YouTube, and yeah, I would love to see, I would love to see how YouTube explains it, and they might not. I don't know. Josh says hate from California. Oh, thank you. I love it. I love your hate. People are crazy. They think that going on like comment sections and stuff and just spewing hatred and anger is actually going to do anything. I don't care. I said this before today when I was streaming this morning. I have 8 brothers. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Jerry Desolates, hello. Josh said I'm not from California. Oh, sweet. Oh, Latoya Brinkley. Oh, my goodness. It looks like there's might be a bot in the chat. Yeah, now X, I think X is the platform that is the freest. And what's interesting to me is there's so many people screaming for Elon Musk's arrest, yet they're not being censored whatsoever. That kind of tells you something about Elon Musk's character when it comes to um, freedom of speech. And whatever else you may think of Elon, freedom of speech is very much allowed on X to a great degree. Actually, at my original X account has still not been unlocked when I called out the bias on the what was that chick's name? She was a short-haired blonde chick that was on Tim Pool, and anyway, it doesn't matter. But we basically just called her out. Didn't even say anything crazy, and got Twitter got banned. My Twitter account got banned, so I'm actually on my second Twitter account. Latoya Brinkley, I'm no bot. I'm just high on shrooms. Flying Dutchman, what's up, bro? You look like a famous Austrian painter. Well, I'm not a painter. I'm not an artist, and I'm definitely not Austrian. So, I guess I just got lucky. um, Now, Facebook, I haven't been on Facebook in quite some time, but I understand that they are being incredibly friendly toward the Kamala campaign still, even after Mr. Zuckerberg said that they weren't going to do that. One of his engineers was caught talking about how they're shadow banning people that are promoting Trump. And here we have YouTube doing it again. Now, no matter what side you're on, this is kind of, you would think that a person's sense of fairness would lead them to say, hey, maybe there's something wrong with censoring one side and not the other. But of course they won't, especially with a company as big as Alphabet, because Alphabet owns YouTube. So I it's blatant favoritism. I don't know. Do you guys think that it's election interference? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what I would call it, but I would definitely not call it fair. But then again, like, who are we to complain about that when for the last 9 years, all of the legacy media and the cable media have been kind of torching Donald Trump, except when it's convenient for Fox News, they'll back him, especially if they think he's going to have power. But it's amazing. I uploaded a clip earlier of MSNBC literally calling Trump a fascist dictator, which is nuts. Nathan Danner, call it an in-kind contribution. Ferris King, do Arabs in America have the ability to change the results? Maybe in Michigan, but I don't think there's a super high concentrations of Arabs. I think Muslims, but I think most of them are Somalis in Michigan. There may be a large Arab population somewhere I'm not aware of. Xena X, who you vote for? I voted for Trump, or will vote for Trump. User says Kamala is chosen already by people who rule USA. Election is show you can bet on her definitely. Maybe. Hayden Railsback, what is your opinion on the neoclassical idea of the Enlightenment giving us democracy, but also combining that with the Greco-Roman idea of a republic, dubbing America a democratic republic? Well, on the from like a philosophical standpoint, I don't think I know enough to really comment intelligently on some of that. But as far as the democratic republic versus a democracy, if that's what you're asking, I am 100% for the republic and the federation of states, because it allows places like, Oklahoma or Wyoming to not be tyrannized by the cities on the coast. Because in the United States, it's not even like, 10 states control the population. It's like 7 cities control the popular vote, essentially. So you're always going to have the tyranny of, the 51% if you go with a straight democracy in the U.S. So the republic is the way to go, I think. Let's see. TH, you got 11 wrinkles when you squint. Skyscanner, as a trucker for 25 years, 9.9% of truckers are voting for Trump and freedom this coming elections. Good. Greg says, I'll vote pig for sure. She lied more than Trump. Okay, great. The King, when you just start doing math. What? My baby says, who is best, Camel or Trump? Dude, I love how people have, they've got their own way of saying Kamala Harris's name. I don't care. I just think it's funny. Like Alex Stein always says Kamala. It cracks me up every single time. Jamie M, hello brother, Trump 2024. Yes sir. Pure Calf, my favorite trans on YouTube. That's me. Michael Aguilar, Kamal. Ferris King, you must stop paying a lot of taxes because they go to random places. You need this money, and there are thousands of homeless people. I agree. When our seniors are forced to go back to work because Social Security isn't paying them enough to get by, or the inflation is so high that their Social Security check no longer covers it, and we're still sending money to Ukraine to pay for their pensions, which is what we are doing. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's no place in that kind of foreign aid. Richard Muirhead, 99.9%. Really? You lying or are you stupid? Or being hyperbolic. There's that. Greg, that's funny. FJO, ew. Michael Aguilar says, Kamalato. Green Gordon, please don't vote for policies that only help the very wealthiest get tax breaks out of fear of the refugees. What if you become a refugee escaping this? Oh my Jesus Christ. Most of the illegal immigrants that come in are not refugees. Many are gangs. It's already been proven that in Aurora, Colorado, and in San Antonio, Texas, they've already taken over apartment complexes. These aren't refugees that we're talking about. We're talking about illegal immigrants and opportunists. But whatever, live in your world. Sarah Elson, you've got quite the itchy nose. Yeah, it's allergy season. Unfortunately, it's nothing else. I get regularly drug tested for work. No, just kidding. The King, if Biden and Kamala had a baby, it'd be called Camel Joe. That's funny. My baby says, you look like Rahul Gandhi. You're like the third person to tell me that. That's weird. I don't know who that is. The King says, Joe Camel, Mr. Scott. Hey, Mr. Scott. He says, say no to Kami Lama. Richard Muirhead says, January 6th was enough. Michael Aguilar, us Mexicans pronounce it Ho Biden. Somebody said hello from Russia. Do I know Sam Shimon? No, I don't. Race car, Kevin. This is Hi Pops. What's up, buddy? Georgie, imagine thinking you're a patriot voting for Trump. Wow. Michael Aguilar, build the wall to space. They wave a wand and they say they are not illegal, and say, see, they're not illegal. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they're sitting waiting for their ruling. They're granted amnesty through they do their little application. They have a meeting and they say, here's why I'm here. Their file gets put away and they get released into the U.S. and they'll get a notification on the app in 5 years when the 3 million backlog of cases waiting to go to immigration court catches up. It's ridiculous. Yes, sir. Alarcon, why are white people so white? You answered your own question. Georgie says, 0 IQ Trumpers. Neat. Racecar Kevin says, can you tell me you love me and are proud to be my dad? Yes, Kevin, I love you and I'm proud to be your dad. Georgie says, uneducated morons, but he spelled morons wrong. The irony. James Lavelle, another fucking racist. Apologize for slavery. I will not. My family was not in this country when slavery was a thing, and I had nothing to do with it. Carmen Schuler, can we just dump the Trump after next week, please? I think he will be the president. That is my prediction. Mr. Scott says, no Howard, 4 out of 10. Yeah. Green Gordon, yes, Jesus Christ would want us to look after them, but Trump doesn't want to give them a hearing. How come American citizens commit more murder per capita? I don't think that that's relevant. How much murder a citizen commits versus one murder from someone who's illegally in the country is too many. Yeah, they're not supposed to be there. I don't understand. Gob says, how is the Democrat the party of patriotism? Yeah, there's a question. Guido Planet says, sup, Unc. What's up, buddy? Somebody says, Daddy Trump, let's go 20 G's. Gob says, 12 million people, but we only built 3 million homes. Housing is at 50%. Michael Aguilar, I need a flight to Vegas. I'm going to get the CBP One app. Belinda Turner Smith said Trump 2024. James Lavelle, keep the Mexicans in Mexico. If anybody needs free housing, only us black people should get privileges. Let's see. Michael Aguilar says, what are morons? Green Gordon, how come Trump's top general and most of his cabinet don't think he should be president? Because they don't think should be president because he fired them and they're mad about it. Gob said housing is up 50%. It's way up, man. It's rough. My baby says, only a person with riotous thinking and mental illness will vote for Trump. A fool like Trump is dangerous not only God, you guys really hate Donald Trump. He lives in your head rent-free. Michael Aguilar says, blacks for Trump 2024. That's a pretty big movement right now. Blake says, James, that's welfare, my boy. You're already taking care. Jeez. Halls YT, what is your ethnicity? I am mostly Scottish, Irish, and English. I think completely Scottish, Irish, and English. As far as I know, that's what my parents have told me. I don't particularly care. Ethnicity means nothing to me. Gob says, every slave that came here was sold by a black person. Yeah, that's true. Aloha Kitty says Harris is winning right now. Well, Trump is pulling ahead in the national vote and in all the swing states, so I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but sure. Lucas, hello from Germany. Hello, Lucas. Ardentic said, imagine having your apartments taken over with threat of violence and having to wait for an election for justice. How does this all fly? Fluoride water met? Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's wild. A says, are you American? I am American. Green Gordon said, why isn't it relevant? A murder is a murder. Because that's not the issue we're talking about. We're not talking about murder. We're talking about illegal immigration. You threw a straw man. No, not even a straw man. You threw a red herring out. It has absolutely nothing to do with the question. Poker Gut says, Joe Rogan secured the election? I think so too. L dollar sign. Trump has to stop this foreign takeover. I think that's his plan. Southpaw jab. Allah. Oh my God. James Laval said, I say blacks for Trump as long as we're the ones getting the free housing. Keep those. Oh my God. Red River. My family had slaves and still fought for the Union. Not everything is as it seems. It wasn't all Django. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody who's alive today had anything to do with slavery. So reparations that's rough, man. That's rough. And actually, Michael Aguilar makes a good point here. He says if we gave out reparations, only about 39% of black Americans would receive. 60% came out. Yeah, and that is true. Yeah. Point 9, can I borrow a uniform for next week's Klan meeting? Oh, man, it's at the dry cleaners. Sorry. The 7th letter. Whites are losing their image. World, and I don't know what that means. Green Gordon said, no, not most of them. Yeah, most of them. I'm going to argue with you. I don't remember what you're talking about. I'm responding to way too many comments. Air Force Retired says, we will re-elect Trump. I think so. Liam says, not me. I love that man. Danielle says, alpha males for Trump. Thank you. Make men men again. Yeah, there's so much to that. There's just like all kinds of just craziness as far as like, well, what's wild to me is if you take like in a lot of cases like Democrat men and Republican men and stand them next to each other, you can actually tell a difference. I think it has more to do with like socioeconomic class than anything else, but it is kind of amusing that like if you see somebody who's what they call a soy boy, he's probably voting Democrat. And if you see somebody who's like a rugged dude that works with his hands, he's probably voting Republican. That amuses me. Charles Johnson says, I must be mentally ill. Dank Knight says, Trump 2024. Ruthness Kindless says, when will Diddy come out? Dude, when will Diddy come out? What, is Diddy gay? I don't know. I don't think that they're going to drop the Diddy stuff for a while because I think there's too many people implicated. I do like the joke that the one dude told last night where he said all these people that are, clowning for Harris now, all the celebrities, he said the Democratic Party is starting to look like a Diddy party. I thought that was funny. Hey, guys, thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. I'm just talking to the chat. I said what I wanted to say in the first 5 minutes. Now I'm just talking to you guys. Green Gordon says he's a threat to the Constitution. How? Michael Aguilar says long dicks for Trump. Oh my God. There's a lot of people that like Trump here. Guido Planet says everyone's saying let illegal immigrants in should open their homes to them. Walk the walk. I agree, dude. Yes. Halls YT says representing. I think is that the English flag? I don't know what that flag is. Sorry. I don't know. I know it's not like the British flag, but is it like the old English flag? I can't tell what it is from the size of it. L dollar sign. The Ukrainians get free housing, food stamps, and they're out here with their nice cars and clothes panhandling, and we're paying their pension. That makes me mad, dude. I told this story before. I met an old guy. I think he said he was like 66. It's been a couple weeks now. He was working at a gas station, said that his Social Security money wasn't enough, and he was having to go work another job. Meanwhile, we're paying Ukraine's pension. I'm not saying that we should pay this guy's pension or pay the pension of Americans, but I am saying if we're going to be paying somebody's pension with our tax dollars, it should be Americans, Dark Knight, Latinos for Trump. There you go. Danielle H. said Martin Luther King Jr.'s family endorsed Trump and love him. Yeah, he's so racist. Do your research, please. I love it. Is that true? That's awesome. Michael Aguilar, Trump's ahead in all 7 swing states. Charles Johnson said, "Nah, Harris is not winning organic." No, I don't think Harris is winning at all. If you adjust the polls for the bias of the last 2 elections, Trump's up by like 8% or some crazy number like that in the swing states, and then like 3% nationally. It's crazy. Air Force retired. I'm mostly American Indian from the slap out. Jeez. Liam lies. Oh. Let's see. Hales YT could be worse. You could have Keir Starmer. Yeah, Keir Starmer. My God, man, that guy. Isn't his approval rating negative right now? Like I saw it was like negative 26 yesterday or something like that. Is that true? SSSSSSS said, "Can we see your feet?" I have socks on, and they're kind of dirty because I just got home from work. Dave, Democrats are lost followers. Hey, everybody, thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. I post videos daily, just talking about the news, and then I just do live streams talking about the news. So it's fun if you like it, if you like that sort of thing. Literally got, yeah. I don't have any like major aspirations. I just like talking to people. I'm never. I have a job. I'm not trying to be like a full-time YouTuber. Crazy Paul, I feel bad about the immigrants compared to where they come from. You got to work for money here when their benefits end. Yeah, pretty much. Watching chat. My grandparents witnessed this obsession with an evil candidate in Germany. Okay. Aaron Dem, Trump will be the last president of the United States. User, I was out with my friend in the rain. It started hailing, and hail hit hard. I just got back from the hospital. Dude, you're typing like you got hit in the head, and now you're concussed. Rainy girl, Trump wants to start slavery again. Jesus, you guys are wild. James Lavelle, for real, Mexican. Oh, I'm not saying that. Southpaw jab, Trump will abolish income tax. But yeah, that's what he was talking about. I would actually be okay with the price hikes from tariffs if they abolished income tax. Like if he did like big tariffs everywhere and that was our income like it used to be. Dude, I would be down for that. Isabella doesn't think that Latinos are for Trump. Ben Lombard, BRICS is going to devalue your dollar. Well, not de-evaluate, but they're going to devalue the dollar for sure. Yeah. Physical gold and silver is my response to that. I'm not a financial advisor, but physical gold and silver hedges inflation. That's I've been buying it since I was 15 years old, man. Even when I was homeless, dude, I hung on to I had like $200 worth of silver, and I hung on to it because I was just like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. And $200 isn't going to get me a place to stay anyway for more like 2 days in a hotel in Denver. So just hang on to that. So I had a little bag of silver. I felt like I was like a medieval beggar or something. Derek says Trump is a lunatic without a true plan. Dude, when people say something like that, I honestly feel, as a reluctant Trump voter, like I'm not a huge fan of Donald Trump. But you've truly never listened to him talk if that's what you think. Be Wise says, Donald Trump, I want a secure border, manufacturing, lower taxes. Kamala, I'm not Donald Trump. How can people hate Trump? That's what I'm saying. I don't think these people have actually listened to Donald Trump talk. Fishy business. I'm a rugged man that works with my hands. I'm voting Democrat. If a man's trying to sell you a $100,000 watch, he doesn't care about your food bill. I'm talking about like on average, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure whatever. Vote whichever way you want, but I mean, the non-college educated, the tradesmen, like a lot of them, they vote Trump, and you know, I guess technically a white collar worker, and I'm voting Trump. So I mean. There's exceptions to the rule, but it is DJ No Fly Trump is a great Nazi. Dude, if you honestly are someone who thinks that Trump is a Nazi or a fascist, you're really you're either like blinded by hatred or you're really stupid. Like I'm sorry to inform you, but you're really dumb if you actually think that that's the case. Robert Good, all the Diddlers guests have been coming out for comment. Dude, I know, it's hilarious. Fishy business. If Donald Trump is trying to sell you a $100,000 watch, do you think he cares if you What are you talking about? This $100? You're obsessed with $100,000 watches. What are you talking about? Let's see. Felon for president. Love Trump. Trump is pretty logical if you're not brainwashed. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of just like. Trump is very middle of the road. Like in 2016, I was a Bernie guy, and now I'm sitting here like I'm going to vote for Trump, and I can't believe I am. But it's because he's not one of these establishment weirdo Republicans. He's not like ultra conservative, but he's also not like these Democrats are, like friggin' out of their mind. And the only thing that they are offering us, by the way, is Trump is Hitler. Like that's what they're offering you. And then, I mean, the policies that they come up with are nuts. Like Kamala Harris saying, I'm going to go after price gouging. Are you really? Is price gouging the problem? It's not. The grocery store margins are like 1.2%. I made a video about this the other day with all the sources. Go check it if you don't believe me. Literally, it's like 1.2%. They're not price gouging. It's inflation. It's energy costs. It's high unemployment compared to the job availability. That's what's causing the costs to rise so rapidly. Let's see. Wayne Gossman, the embarrassment and shame that is Trump is now surpassed by the people who worship. Dude, you're nuts. Most people that are voting for Trump don't worship him. They're kind of just like, well, it's better than that other turd that's sitting over there. I mean, a lot of us, like most of the independents are it's like that episode of South Park with the giant douche and the turd sandwich. But at this point, I have to say, I think Trump will be a net positive. I don't think he's going to be like, God Emperor and save the world, but he's going to be a net positive. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through because there's a whole bunch. Ace Ventura is a true Puerto Rico. Dude, it was a dude making a joke. Like, I think it was a stupid joke, but I don't really care. Nice, bro. People ask to see your feet. No, dude, I don't know. James Lavelle, I couldn't find no clean socks to wear, so I put 2 Magnum condoms on my feet. Oh, that's funny, dude. Let's see. Edwin Montez, people's pension aren't paid by the government. It's their job, Social Security. You need a Social Security number to take part. That's not what I was talking about. We are paying the money to fund the pension system in Ukraine right now, and we have been since 2022. And we have seniors who can't get by on their current Social Security check. That's what I was talking about. Everybody thumbs up if you haven't yet. Halls YT, Starmer's approval rating is -31. Our country lets jihadis come in boats from Iraq around Syria. Come on boats, feed them, house them, gift them. Jeez. Well, they let 13,000 murderers come here, so beautiful. Aloha Kitty says, Trump's rally in New York City was disgusting, but spelled disgusting wrong. You guys are nuts. There was nothing wrong with the New York City rally. There was a comedian that told a couple of tasteless jokes that a lot of people thought were funny, but whatever. And then it was a normal political rally. You guys are crazy. What are my thoughts on Make America Healthy Again? That is actually like one of the biggest. I was 100% behind RFK until he joined Trump, and then like, okay, well, he was the one that pushed me to vote Trump. Make America Healthy Again. The chronic disease epidemic is nuts. It costs us $4.5 trillion a year. Chronic diseases and mental health issues. People need to eat better. People need to exercise. People need to drink water. Robert Kennedy is one of the best things about this Trump administration, hands down. I love that guy, and I like what he stands for. I'm not taking the stocks off. You guys are crazy. Let's see. Justa, never forget Trump and Epstein were close friends. Yeah, and then Trump threw him out of Mar-a-Lago and banned him forever when he found out what Epstein was up to. Ace Ventura, abolishing income tax with tariffs would fail so hard. Maybe. I don't know the economics of it. I think it sounds interesting, though. Sleep Show PJB, aren't you Trump's son? Yes. I'm 6'9". Just kidding. I'm only 5'10". I'm only 5'10". It sucks. I wish I was 6 feet. The koala says BRICS doesn't have anything. Well, the amount of oil that's being sent from Russia to India has spiked in the last couple of years, and they're buying it with their own currency and not U.S. dollars, so that hurts us. Hitter Cuck, who are you voting for? Trump. Oh My Kitty says, neither are perfect. Why does Trump feel the need for name calling? They're literally calling him Hitler. What are you talking about? If people were calling me Hitler, I would hit back with some pretty hefty name calling myself. Like, what? What are you talking about? Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Trump proposes using tariffs or Fed income tax so states won't pay Fed tax. Yeah, I don't know how well that would work. You'd have to come up with... The whole government would have to be restructured for sure. Our spending would have to be cut like crazy. So there would be a lot of social programs that would have to go down. I don't know what that plan would be. Fishy business. I'll offer you 3 reasons to not vote for Donald Trump. He ran on healthcare, did not follow through, ran on a wall and didn't follow through, ran on better trade deals. His trade deals were better. The wall, he built like 500 miles of it, but it's lying down and hasn't been stood up because every time he went to get money for it, to appropriate funds, he would get voted against. So he had to use executive orders to do everything. As far as healthcare, I'm not as familiar. Obamacare is something that you'd have to revise entirely. And this, like, I have no idea if Trump is capable of doing this. I know he promised it, but I have no idea if anybody could do it. And maybe, I don't think he should have promised it because Obamacare is like just so massive. Like the way our healthcare system, no doubt, needs complete reform. I'm a healthcare professional. Like I deal with this every single day. Medicare is broke. Medicaid is broke. The VA is broke. People are not getting the care that they need. They're not getting things approved. I work in home health, and it's absolutely wild to see how terribly people are being treated by their health insurances. And honestly, the ACA needs to be absolutely revised. It's actually a terrible, terrible piece of legislation. Let's scroll down a bit. Jesus, there's so many comments. It's hard to... This is why people do super chats, by the way, because there's so many comments from you guys that I can't get to them all. Ham says, border bill has $700 million toward the wall. Pass the people's business instead of making a political issue. No, dude, that border bill sent $60 billion to Ukraine. That's why it got killed. That and the fact that it gave amnesty to like 3 million people right off the bat. It's crazy. Monkey Juice, you work in billing. In billing? No, I work in I'm a therapist, but I do bill. I bill for everything that I do, and I see what gets approved and what doesn't. That's the basis of who I treat. Dude, stop spamming the Trump brain damage thing or I'm going to ban you. I don't like when people spam the chat. Like, you can say whatever you want, but don't spam my chat or I'm going to ban you. Ham says, system is broken because insurance is designed to keep people... So I agree. This is why I support RFK and the Make America Healthy Again. Our healthcare system is completely broken and needs to be redone. And people need to have a focus on preventative medicine and preventing chronic disease instead of, just giving pills and helping people along. I agree with you 100% on that. Let's see. Nathan Danner, the biggest issue with the border bill was it gave authority over immigration to 3 D.C. courts. Not only that, it took judges out of most of it. That border bill handed the authority to let people in and out of the country to DHS agents instead of to immigration judges. It's nuts, man. Fishy Business says, you can't prevent chronic diseases. Are you an idiot? You can't prevent something already... No, but you can prevent it in a whole new... Don't call me an idiot, dude. You're an idiot. You can't prevent chronic diseases. Yes, you can. Morbid obesity causes more... The people that are dealing with chronic diseases right now in their 30s and 40s due to chronic morbid obesity that's causing issues with liver, kidneys, heart, and so on, you can stop that by getting people healthy, making them lose weight, helping them with their diets. You can fix chronic disease. Like that's like the thing I'm the most passionate about. Richard Ferguson, a skeptic, I believe there is a cure for cancer. Do you feel like RFK Jr. will exploit the people that want to keep that medication that is indeed the cure? If there is such a thing, I think RFK would make them put it out. I don't think that there is, but I do know that there's got to be a better way than things like chemo and radiation. I friggin' hate the way that our healthcare system is. Fishy Business says morbid obesity is not a chronic disease. Morbid obesity causes chronic diseases, dude. That's the point. Anyway, I've got to go. That went way longer than I thought I was going to. Subscribe if you haven't.